Alan Ritchson on directing Dark Web, Cicada 3301, and White Titans Season 3 is the best yet directed and co-written by Alan Ritchson and inspired by one of the most famous online puzzles in internet history, the wild action comedy Dark Web. Cicada 3301 follows a genius hacker named Connor Black, Jack Kesey, who, along with his art expert friend Avi, Ron Funches, and librarian Gwen, Kona Leslie, goes on a treasure hunt to uncover real world clues and financiers. Completely entrenched in this dark web secret society's global recruitment game, the trio must outrun national security agents in order to break the code. During this one-on-one interview with Collider, first-time feature filmmaker Alan Ritchson talked about how the tone of the movie evolved, the role that he created for himself, the wild situations his character is put in, and the natural banter his cast developed. He also talked about his journey to being cast in the title role of the upcoming Jack Reacher Amazon TV series, and what fans can expect from Season 3 of Titans. Collider, when you started writing this, did you know just how much of a mix and blend of genres it would turn out to be? Is that something that you set out with intention to do? Alan Ritchson, no. That's a good question and a solid observation. Originally, this was closer to a $100 million 007 movie, just huge action adventure, new world order, new government type of explosive thing, and that's just not make able these days. So I decided to make it more contained. As it became more of a character-driven film, it's a little bit heady. The subject matter is a little heady, and I was just looking for ways to make it more relatable, so the comedy kept creeping in. I originally thought of myself as the Connor Black part. I wanted to write that for myself. And then, from the time that I wrote it to the time that we started getting it made, I had started directing a lot, and I just wanted to direct, so I wanted to cast somebody else in that role. But I wanted to do the comedy, so I was like, I'll write myself a little side part and just have fun with that. So it just kept evolving. Agent Carter was born in prep for the film and while we were shooting. So you're basically the one entirely to blame for putting yourself in the woods, in a diaper, and holding both a gun and a giant baby head? Ritchson, yeah, I have no one else to blame. When people are wondering who in the world dreamed this stuff up for me and who I should punish for that, I'm the guy. When you actually had to shoot that scene, what were you thinking in those moments? Ritchson, my crew was amazing. All of the department heads were amazing. We were all sitting around this 200-foot-long table one day, talking about all of the production issues, and one of the things I had on the agenda was to talk about how humiliating we could make a couple of the moments. There were actual brainstorming sessions for what we could look like in those scenes. I gave us a head start on what the script was, but Joshua Montcalm, who I wrote this with, took it from a fun, heady thriller, and he added a level of the bizarre. I think the baby heads in the woods were his idea, and we just kept expanding on that idea. He really added a lot of the fun in the film. Where did those heads go? Do you have one somewhere? Ritchson, I should have taken one. We shot in Toronto, and I live in Florida, and to get that stuff across the border is just not that easy. I think there would be a lot of questions if I showed up for a 4-foot baby head. I don't know where it ended up. I think one of my producing partners has a head somewhere. I don't know. I didn't keep anything from the film, sadly.